Hello, I'm Jerome Gagner, a Senior Director at Slalom. When I'm not working on cloud-enabled solutions with our customers, you might find me actually in the clouds as a part-time flight instructor. But enough about me, let's talk about you. Maybe your organization is either on its cloud journey or about to begin. If that's true, I'm here to walk you through 4 challenges of cloud transformation that every organization should prepare for. And it's not the challenges you might expect. Before we get started, one thing is clearer than ever about the cloud. It is here to stay. Companies are spending more on cloud services than ever before, with accelerated growth expected in 2021. But moving to the cloud is hard. 1/3 of organizations have seen no improvement or only slight improvements to their organizational effectiveness due to cloud adoption. It is even less promising for large-scale transformation, which includes cloud adoption in many cases. It's clear that you're not alone if your organization has come across some obstacles on your cloud journey. But the obstacles that you encounter, the ones that get in the way of true transformation, might be surprising to you. These are challenges that aren't so technical, but are common enough that every organization should prepare to deal with them. We've got strategic alignment, we've got culture shock, we've got financial forecasting, and we've got skills and resource gaps. Let's start with the strategic alignment. Especially at large, highly matrixed organizations where silos are common, many teams don't align around a business case for using cloud services, and that would garner widespread, sustained executive support. In other words, a reason for moving to the cloud that goes beyond what some might call the transactional benefits. The transactional benefits of the cloud are things like optimizing operational costs, reducing risk to ensure compliance, and fixing a variety of immediate needs. Whereas the transformational benefits of the cloud are bolder and, yes, harder to quantify. They're things like enabling new use cases that open up new lines of business, accelerating product development through cloud-friendly processes like Agile, and improving overall business agility. Identifying transformational cloud benefits like these is a crucial part of achieving strategic alignment. You might be relieved to know that if you haven't yet aligned on a business case for your organization's move to the cloud, there's still time. As recently as 2020, less than half of organizations link cloud deployments to a business case. But with more than 40% of organizations planning on implementing this best practice in 2021, that's changing fast. So let's quickly move on to the next challenge, culture shock. The cloud changes things, and it makes security the job of engineers, infrastructure the concern of product teams, and budgeting a completely different ballgame at the executive level. It is a lot to adapt to. The most effective way to address that level of change is on a higher level, at the operating model. The operating model encompasses the capabilities of your organization and your people, the processes you use, especially for product development, your organizational model determining how your teams are structured and led, the governance of your organization's information and infrastructure, the metrics your organization uses to define success, and the tools you're using to get business done. Focusing on your organization's new cloud operating model can turn your cloud transformations from shock and chaos to calm. If you're looking for proof of how important the right operating model is to cloud transformation success, take the answer to this question from a Unisys report on cloud success. It asked more than 1,000 business leaders across 13 different countries, is there anything your organization should focus on next time to make cloud transformations more successful? Let's you and I take a look at the 5 most popular answers from respondents. Employee training and upskilling, which directly relates to capabilities. Better security, which directly relates to governance. Agile processes, it's an easy one. Better strategy and planning, which directly relates to metrics and in many ways relates to the organizational model as well. And 5th is their actual cloud provider, which directly relates to tools. This is a lot to focus on at once. While there are many ways to juggle all of these aspects of the cloud operating model, an effective one is building a cloud center of excellence. A cloud center of excellence is a team of IT and business experts whose job it is to create and evangelize and institutionalize best practices and frameworks to promote cloud adoption throughout your organization. In short, they help more of your organization discover the value of the cloud faster. Bringing different parts of the cloud operating model together in one team sets your organization up for easier knowledge sharing and a swifter response to cloud challenges, including the stalls and setbacks that come with culture shock. Now let's prepare for another type of shock brought on by the cloud journey. Bill shock. More specifically, the kind of shock that comes from spending significantly more on cloud adoption than you had planned. According to Flexera, organizations go beyond their cloud budget by an average of 23%. Moving to the cloud fundamentally alters the way your organization consumes IT infrastructure and services, and it's not easy to adjust the way you're budgeting to keep pace with that change. For one, financial forecasting for the cloud only begins with hosting and compute costs. That's about all that traditional cost calculators will show you. To understand everything it takes to move to the cloud, your organization must also consider the cost of the actual migration. That is, the act of transferring your on-premise workloads and data to the cloud. To top all that off, there's the cost of any additional upskilling or additional support that your teams will need to use the cloud effectively. Altogether, these costs make up your organization's total cost of ownership, or TCO. It's a more complete picture of your cloud spending that can improve your forecasting accuracy. But cost isn't the only factor to consider when you're moving to the cloud. There are also many types of savings to consider, including the hard cost savings of paying for services as you go, the productivity of savings of automating hours of manual work away with cloud technology, and last but definitely not least, the additional revenue enhancing benefits of the cloud. Let's you and I talk about those revenue enhancing cloud benefits for a minute. These benefits, when quantified, make forecasting your organization's financial future on the cloud way easier and a lot more strategic. The bottom line, if your organization is destined for or moving to the cloud, what will make your financial forecast complete is a combination of analyzing both total cost of ownership and the potential return on investment, both in terms of what you'll save and what you'll get from moving to the cloud. There is one more challenge to round out the not so technical truth about cloud transformation, and that's skills and resource gaps. Do you remember that top thing that business leaders thought they should focus on next time to make cloud transformations more successful? It was employee training and upskilling. Employee training and upskilling is referred to as build in what Slalom calls the 4 B's of talent: build, buy, bots, and borrow. We work with customers who are moving to the cloud to determine the right mix of the 4 B's for their organization. While every organization is different, most successful talent strategies involves at least some combination of build and borrow. For Slalom, that means embedding our highly trained cloud certified professionals within your teams to create an immersive learning experience. Slalom is not alone in our support for immersive learning. Forrester recently recognized immersion training programs as an effective way to fill gaps in teams' cloud skills. You know another name for immersive training? Build with. At Slalom, Build with is about implementing cloud-based technology platforms with your organization, not for it. This enables you and your teams to independently achieve ongoing operational excellence. This photo is an example of Build with in action. When LG CNS wanted to become the first modern cloud-native application builder in South Korea, its teams traveled to Seattle to work shoulder to shoulder with teams from Slalom and Amazon Web Services. Our collaboration was a success. In the words of Slalom's Ray Pitts, who is pictured here, working with LG, we developed a deep understanding of each other, a great respect, and personal and professional relationships that have sustained our partnership to this very day. That wraps up the 4 not-so-technical challenges of cloud transformation. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something new that you can take back to your team. To learn more, download our white paper for a deeper dive into the 4 challenges we've just discussed. You'll get additional research and real-life examples to help your organization discover the full value of the cloud faster. Thank you again, and good luck on your cloud journey.